what is the meaning of abstraction property in OOP. Then you cannot create the object of abstract class, but you can create reference of it. And with the reference, you can access the functions of subclass 2. All these topics we have seen. If you're not understanding anything, you can just let me know. I'll explain it to you again. No questions in abstract class? Okay. Okay, fine, no problem. Okay. So today I was thinking, okay, yes, we can start with, if abstract is done, you can definitely understand in interfaces, it is very easy. Okay, are you able to see my screen first?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. Can you just quickly, tell me what are abstract functions? What are abstract methods? Can you just tell me once? Yes. What do you mean by abstract classes or abstract functions? What is that? Okay, so the abstract functions are the functions which don't have body, right? Now does this ring a bell? The functions which don't have body, they only have head, okay, and they are thinking, where is my body? Those are abstract functions, right? They are simply having head, meaning the method signature is there, but the method body is not there. And if one of the method in the class, if you want to qualify simple one method in the class, if you want to qualify it as abstract, then the class has to be qualified as abstract class. If any one method in the class is qualified as abstract, whose implementation you want to give according to your choice, meaning a simple example, if on click of, you will see this in button itself, you will see this in button class itself. Button is a class, abstract class in Java, where you will be placing buttons on the form, okay? And on click of what button, what action should happen is different always, right? If on click of this button, you want to submit the form, okay? On click of this button, you want to clear up the form, you want to clear the fields of the form, okay? On click of this button, you want to retrieve the value from the database or anything, okay? So button is button itself, and the function is action itself, okay? Action is one method. You will see this action method also in the button class in, Swing and applet also we are going to see it. I'm just clearing out, the practical example of this abstract class. So button is an abstract class. The reason is that the action method that the button class is having, it is going to have its own body in each of the different, as per the functionality, the function's body is going to change. So I am not defining the body of action class in the button class, but whichever class extends button, okay, whichever class is allowing this, is in relationship with my my button class. Somebody is typing something. Yes. Oh, is it like that? Okay, let me reconnect the session once. Okay, I'll sign off my internet and I'll connect it again. Wait. Yes, now are you able to hear me properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, good. Okay. Let me share my screen again. Okay. Yes, okay. I was where I was. Okay, yes, I was in this abstract class, abstract function itself. So what I was telling was that whichever class is going to inherit your button class. Okay, like I said, the if you are having your class A and you want to create button in your in your page, you want to add buttons to it, then you are definitely going to extend that class. Okay, you are going to extend the button class. Once you extend the button class, it is understandable that buttons are going to perform some action. When you click on that, something should happen at least, right? So naturally, in this kind of applications, you will think, okay, something is clickable, meaning that I have to see which method of button is used for having that action. I already know that the method name is action. Okay, so I can use this action method. I can give the body of action method, and this method's body is going to vary according to which action you are going to perform. That is the reason the method name is only declared in the class, but whichever class is having easy relationship with us, whichever class is having easy relationship with us, or whichever class is inheriting our class, then that class will give its own body. That is known as abstract function. Okay, that is what we have seen so far. Do you have any questions in abstract functions? Why do we need them? What is the use of abstract functions? There are pre-built different abstract classes and abstract functions. Like I said, button is just one example. Okay, there are many more. Text field is one of all these components that you are going to use in applet and swing. They all are either abstract or interface. The reason is that only they are giving you the method, but what body you want to have for that particular button, that you can give it on your own. That is the use of abstract function. Are you having any questions in abstract functions now?
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. Then we can begin with interface. Interface is very easy, very simple, very if you understand abstract class, you can definitely understand interface. Okay, interface is same as abstract class only, but interface is actually a strict abstract class. Okay, when I'm saying that interface is a strict or a 100% complete abstract class. Why I am saying it is 100% complete abstract class? Because abstract class, okay, your abstract class can have abstract as well as non-abstract methods. Okay, we have seen that also. That let me show it here itself. I have one small example. Yes, see, abstract class. Yes, this abstract class employee is having simple non-abstract method also. It is also having abstract method. Okay, but if your class is a strict abstract class, meaning you are not allowing any kind of non-abstract functions inside it, meaning that is known as interface. Interface are nothing but strict or 100% abstract classes where there is no scope of creating abstract methods, meaning the methods with body doesn't exist in interface. That is the first thing. Okay, if you are, now think about it, if you are using an interface in your program and an interface is having 1,000 number of methods, then all those methods are strictly abstract, meaning whichever class is going to use your interface will have to definitely provide the list of all the methods, right? What they are doing in abstract class, this function, if this function is abstract, then you are giving the body of that function inside the subclass, which is extending the superclass, right? Just 1 minute, okay? Just 1 second. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, okay, yeah, yes, okay. Where I was, yes. In the abstract class, whenever you are creating the abstract method, you need to for sure definitely give its implementation, right? That was I was conveying. If I am extending this class and if this function is abstract, if I don't give its implementation, right? If I don't give the implementation of this function, if I am extending, I need to definitely give the implementation of compute salary. See, if I am extending employee here, it is having some abstract method here, compute salary. I need to give compulsorily its body. It is not overriding the compulsory method, means I have to compulsorily give the body of this abstract method. Meaning whenever you are creating abstract methods, in your superclass, whichever class is subclass in your superclass will have to definitely, for sure, give its implementation. It is left unimplemented for a purpose because you are giving the implementation, so it is left unimplemented over here. Same thing in interface also. But imagine, interface is a strict abstract class, meaning it is not going to have any non-abstract methods. It can only have abstract methods, meaning whichever class is going to inherit our interface will have to provide body of all the methods that are listed in that interface. Are you getting the point that I'm trying to convey here? If I'm telling that your interface is a strict abstract class or a complete abstract class or 100% abstract class, then what does that mean? That first thing, interface can have only abstract methods. That is the first thing, okay? Because it's a strict abstract class, right? And if all the methods of interfaces are abstract, then whichever class is inheriting your interface, whichever class is applying the easy relationship with your interface, that class will have to, for sure, 100% implement all the methods. Because why? Because all the methods are abstract here in the interface. Are you getting this, what I'm trying to convey here?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody is getting yes,
Does that mean that the class which inherits should be of abstract or should be of abstract type?
should be of non-abstract type. Right? It should be of non-abstract type because then only it can give the method of body of all the functions, right?
Yes, ma'am.
See,
And if it is of abstract type, can?
yes, also it can inherit also. Abstract class can also inherit interfaces for sure, right? But again, then abstract class we have to provide the body of all its methods, and it can have its own private personal abstract methods, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, like that it is definitely possible. Okay, I'll write down the example. You'll understand it in a more better way. Okay, I'm deleting everything here. Okay, I'm creating the interface. Okay, to create interface. Now see, while we are doing interfaces, you'll be understanding. See, there are differences between abstract class and interface too. Okay, there are lots of differences between abstract class and interface. It is not like that. That interface is just 100% abstract class. It is there. One point is there. Okay. But still there are a lot of differences along with this point. I'm conveying the point along with program itself, along with this example itself. Okay, I wanted to focus very carefully today. I can create interface using interface keyword. That is the first thing. Okay, what is the syntax of interface? Just name here, it will come interface name. Okay, interface name. Just like you give class space, class name, same way you can give interface space, interface name. Okay, I am creating the first interface. Say for example, I am creating the interface as I1. Okay, I am creating my first interface. Now, as said, interface can only have, or we can create the meaningful interface. I am creating interface shape itself. Say for example, I am creating interface shape itself. Right. This shape is having simple method area. Okay, or it is having simple function print or something. Anything. Say it is having a function print. Now just look at it. Look at this. If it were an abstract class, just see the differences along with the example itself. Okay, just mark the differences in your mind. If this were an abstract class, then just see what I'm doing here. If this were an abstract class, and if I don't want to give the method's body, then I have to qualify this method as abstract, right? Then and then only I am allowed to not to give body of this. Otherwise it is an error. Meaning whenever you are, see it is showing me error here itself. Missing method's body. Either declare the method as abstract or give its own body, right? I can give the body non-abstract method. Okay, the program is okay with that. Compiler is okay with that. But whenever I don't want to give body, I'm putting semicolon here. In abstract class, you need to compulsorily declare the method as abstract. The reason is abstract classes can have abstract as well as non-abstract method. First thing. That is not the case in interface. In interface, by default, the method is qualified. Interface is there, no? By default, the method is qualified as abstract itself. See, I need not to mention here abstract keyword, right? Did I mention? No. Even if you mention it is okay. but you don't need to mention abstract keyword. It is understandable that interface is 100% abstract class, meaning it can only have abstract functions. It is understandable by the compiler itself. It can only have abstract functions. So I am unable, even if I don't give it, is okay for me. Are you getting the first thing here? Right, that is the first difference between abstract class and interface. These differences are important in, in an interview kind of point of view, not in a programming point of view. In interview kind of point of view, these kind of differences are very important. Okay, that is the first thing. Second thing, whatever variables I'm creating here. Okay, I'm creating this. Say for example, I'm creating a string variable. I'm simply naming it as shape. I'm simply printing a simple variable is there. Hear my words very carefully. All the variables of interface are by default public. Why? Even the functions also, by default the functions are public. You don't have to mention public keyword over here. By default, all the functions and interface variables are public. Why they are public? Because you have created an interface, right? You are going to use this interface. See, there is no point of creating the interface if you are not using it. That is the first thing, right? You have created the interface because you want some class. You want a certain class to access its function. You want a certain class to inherit the interface. You want a certain class to give this own body, right? That is the reason you have created an interface, okay? If this is not public, meaning if these variables and functions are not public, meaning you will not be able to access across packages, right? What do you mean by public? Public, that also you remember, right? You can access all the functions and variables across packages. Without the boundary of packages, you can access it from this drive to another drive. Like your math class is public itself, right? Because you're accessing it from C drive where it is installed and you are running it from any other drive. It is public itself, right? The whole hierarchy is different, still you can access because it is a public class. Same, all the inbuilt classes are also public, All the inbuilt library classes are always public because you are going to access them at one point of time. Okay, in your Java program, all the inbuilt classes are always public. Similarly, interface functions and variables both are by default public because you have created it for a certain purpose. And the purpose is you are going to inherit this interface in some of the class and you're going to use the function of it. That is the first thing. That is the reason it is always public. By default public, okay? You can specify public keyword if you want. Even if you don't specify, it is by default public only. Another thing I'm telling here, all the variables of interface are static. Okay, all the variables of interface are by default static. You need not to qualify it with the static keyword. They are by default static. Why I am telling you this, they are static, is just like abstract class, you cannot create object of interface. Just like abstract class, you cannot create object of interface. If object creation is not possible, meaning I cannot write something like this, that I1 OB equals to new I1. If I cannot create the object, then, sorry, the name of this is shape, okay? Yes. If I am unable to create the object, see, it cannot be instantiated. If I am unable to create the object, I cannot access it like str, no, right? With object, we usually access the method. If this variable is non-static, you know what is non-static? Non-static means, instance itself, right? That also you discussed, so many times. Non-static means it is instance itself. Non-static means with object you can access. With instance you can access, okay? If you cannot create instance, how can you access this variable, right? That is the reason. See, this kind of, why it is static, this kind of questions will be asked, okay? In interviews, these are important questions. Why it is always static by default? Because you cannot create the instance of shape. So with instance, you cannot access it. You can access it with the reference variable, just like abstract class. You can access reference variable dot variable name, it is okay, right? So it is by default static. Another thing I'm telling you here, interface variables, along with this, they are by default final also. Okay, why they are final? If I'm telling that interface is actually accessible throughout all the packages, and you are going to use this variable, in different classes, then this variable, the final modifier, what this final modifier is doing, it is not allowing this value to change, right? Imagine if other classes come here and change its value, right? It is not allowed to change the value of interface variable because you cannot reassign this value. Whichever class can come here and can give its own personalized value, which is not allowed. That is the reason the interface variables are also by default final. These are default qualifiers. You need not to mention it over here, okay? They are defaultly given to this variable. You cannot reassign the value. Interfaces can declare only constants and non-instance variable. This can declare only constant variable because whoever class is going to inherit this shape can give its own implementation of string, which is not fixed, it is not allowed. If you want to give only own implementation of your variable, create it in an abstract class. Abstract class can allow non-final and final, both the kind of variables. But interface is very strict regarding that. You can only create final type of variables, meaning the class that is inheriting this shape is going to have the same value for all the classes that is inheriting this shape interface. Are you getting this much?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, anybody is having any questions regarding so far why it is public, why it is static, why final, why it is public, it is understandable, right? You are going to inherit this shape any which way here. So you are going to keep it public. If you're not keeping it public, there is no point in creating the interface. And that's why it is by default. They have mentioned it by default only. We need not to worry about that. Okay. So far, any questions do you have?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, good. Okay, now I am coming to another point here. Yes. Okay, I'm creating one more class. Okay, triangle. Say for example, we are creating a class triangle in GLE. Okay. Another difference between abstract class and interfaces. Abstract class can be extended. Extends. If you have an abstract class here, you can extend using extends keyword. But interfaces can only be implemented. Implements keyword is used to implement an interface. Okay. Difference between abstract and interface, one more difference is there. Abstract classes can be extended in one class, but interface can be implemented. So we need to use implements keyword for implementing an interface over here. So it is showing an error over here, right? Because I have not given the body of print method here, right? And that's why it is showing me this error. I have not given the body of print method. As soon as I give the body, it is going to remove that error for sure. I'm simply, printing something here that it is the method of which class? Shape class. Okay. Or it is nothing but print. It is printing, some triangle, anything. I'm simply printing something over here. It is showing me the error. Why? As I said before also, all the methods of interface are public, right? Overriding, it is not completely overriding. See, print in triangle cannot implement print in shape. Weaker access privilege is public. You need to see all the method of interface that are to be qualified as public. If I qualify this as public, then I can use it over here. It is complete overriding, right? Overriding means what? The signature should be same. You need to compulsorily give the same method signature whenever you are overriding. If I miss on the public keyword also, it is still not overriding. I need to give here public keyword in order for this to override. Right? Now it is overriding. Even if I remove this, right? See, even if I remove the public keyword from the shape interface, I told you no, it is by default public. By default public means I need not to give public keyword over here, right? If I don't give public keyword in the method definition, it is not overriding. Mind well, overriding means the signature of the method should be exactly same along with the access modifiers also. Along with, even if it is private, even if it is protected, use it when you are overriding it, okay? So it is not implementing it. It is not implementing the interface yet because it is by default public. Yeah, are you mentioning public keyword over here? No. Once I mention the public keyword, the error is gone, meaning now this is the signature of this method. Are you getting it? It is by default public. You need not to mention the public keyword explicitly here. Same way, all these qualifiers here also are by defaultly mentioned. It is understandable. You need not to mention them here. But whenever you are overriding, you need to give the complete exact signature. I am giving the signature over here, which is same as this one now. So it is allowing. Are you getting this much?
Ma'am, then why aren't we adding abstract keyword?
By default, you need not to add at all. You can add, of course. It is not.
No, ma'am, not there in the class triangle.
In the class triangle. Okay. What I'm telling is,
In the
interface.
method.
Yes, in this method you are telling.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Just like we are adding public, why aren't we adding abstract?
okay, okay. I got a question. If I add abstract here, can it have body implementation? If the method is qualified as abstract, can it have its own body? No, right? Abstract methods cannot have its own body. Meaning I can create it like this, see, right? I can create the method like this, right? What is abstract? What I'm telling is, if the methods of interface are by default, they are abstract, okay? Meaning there is no body of it. There is no body of this method. So whichever class is implementing this interface will provide its body. Whenever you are providing a body, you cannot qualify the function as abstract whenever you are giving the body. Because if I give here abstract methods will never have body. Are you getting it?
Yes, ma'am. Now got it.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Okay. I'm simply printing here something. Okay, we can print here that it is from triangle function. Okay, it is from triangle. Okay. Same way, if you have one more class, one interface can be implemented in 1,000 number of classes. Just like you can implement one abstract class in 1,000 number of classes, same way you can implement shape. Okay, you can implement one interface in 1,000 number of classes, provided the classes is ready to give the implementation of the abstract method. Okay, so this class is ready to give. Okay, it can give public void print. Okay, I am simply giving here the method body from circle class. Okay, done. Now, how to access it? If you cannot create the object of interface, same way you cannot create the object of abstract class, same way you cannot create the object of interface also, but the same way you can create the reference of abstract class, same way you can create reference of interface also. Okay, same thing. Just like you create the object of, you cannot create the object of abstract class, similarly you cannot create the object of interface also, but you can create the reference for sure. So I am creating the reference variable ref, and in the last class also we have seen I am making it point to the subclass object. Okay, I am making it point to the subclass object, and then I can call the function of subclass using ref dot print. Right, same is the case with abstract class also. I can create the reference variable. I can make the reference variable point to new circle now, and it can execute the function of circle class for sure. It is going to print circle definitely. Right, dynamic method dispatch. Whichever whichever class you are currently pointing to, that function is going to get executed over here. The same thing is an abstract class or same thing in interface. Or there is no change in accessing it, but defining it. Defining in the sense, if you have few more methods over here, which are abstract, okay, which are by default abstract itself, then the class have to sign, we can say the class has to sign 100% contract with this shape. Whenever you are implementing shape, it is 100% full, both the parties has to agree that, okay, I am going to give implementation of all the methods that you are declaring, then only you can create, then only you are able to use the interface. If you are left to, see, if I have 3 methods over here and all the 3 methods are abstract here by default, if I give implementation of just 2 methods, it is still showing me the error, right? Because it is 100% contract. You need to give body of all the functions. You need to give body of all the parent functions that you have created over here, and same with the case with other classes also. Okay. Are you getting any questions or queries in this so far?
No, ma'am.
Ma'am, but by calling all the body, won't it like occupy more space?
That is the see. The use of interface is that only if you already knew, like I told you, button class is abstract class, right? But you have a few more classes, like in Swing actually you have more classes where interface is already there. They have defined, just like abstract class of button itself, the functions are already defined for you. You just need to provide its own implementation, right? I'm just showing you few more functions because it is for showing you only, but meaningful implementation will be there, of course, right? Like for shape, you are having only 2 functions here. Void area you are calculating, and you're calculating void perimeter. That's it. So whatever applications you are going to use, they'll be very meaningful. There will not be any extra functions regarding this. Are you getting it? These are the interfaces that you are going to use, those are predefined itself. You are simply using it. Okay, and those are very precisely and very nicely defined. So you can get to know, just I give you an example of button class itself, the same thing will be there in interface also. You are going to implement it in a proper way only, so don't worry. No need to worry about memory allocation and everything. Yes, because whoever is going to use it, it has to, like I told button will definitely have some action, right? So I'll give you one small example. If you are using radio buttons, right, those dot buttons where you can click and the answer is submitting in the database, then the clickable functionality will be always there, and that function is already there in the interface. You are just implementing it. When this click is done, you are printing this message. So clickable function is already there for you. So those functions will be already predefined for you. In that kind of applications only we are using interface, where you are defining the function very clearly. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Yes, anybody having any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then I can, I want to show you one more thing. Okay, I'll show it to you itself. Okay, before that, okay, let me come here. Yes, just like that this is again a good point of difference between classes and interface. See, we always extend classes, right? Class versus class, we always use extends keyword. Okay, for class versus class. Same, even if it is an abstract class also, then also we use extends keyword for applying the inheritance. For classes and classes, okay, not versus actually, for classes and classes, same thing. For classes and interface, okay, you are using implements keyword. For classes and interface, just like here itself in the example, for implementing the interface, you can use implements keyword in this. Now, if you want to implement one interface into another, you have two interfaces. You have I1, you have I2. But what I want is I2 should also inherit I1. Means I want subclass superclass relationship between two interfaces. Then interface and interface, they can extend each other. Okay. Interface 1, interface 2, both the interfaces can extend each other. Interface and class implements each other. Okay. Class and class extend each other. Are you getting the difference here? What I'm telling, what I'm trying to convey. Whenever you are using class and class, okay, you are always, be it abstract, be it non-abstract. Okay, this also includes abstract class also. Okay, you are always using extends keyword in the inheritance. Whenever you want to apply inheritance with the help of interface, you are using implements keyword. Okay, but whenever you want to inherit two interfaces can always extend each other. So interface and interface, they will both, because they are of same type, same category, so they are going to extend each other. Okay. I am coming to this point for sure. Before coming to this extends thing, I want to tell you one more thing. If you remember, I have told you before also, the diamond inheritance is not possible in Java. Diamond in the sense, this kind of inheritance. Okay, where you have these classes. Okay, meaning you want to inherit, or simple multi-level inheritance. Okay, you can inherit as this over here. A can be accessed in B and C both. But if you want B and C both to be extended in D, it is not possible. I've even shown you the same thing. If you have two classes, okay, if you have two simple classes, if you have class A, okay, and you have class B, okay, and you have one more class C, and you want to extend B and A both in class C, it is not possible. Multiple inheritance is not possible in Java, meaning two classes cannot be inherited in Java. But with the help of interfaces, this problem is solved. How? I'm showing you that thing. Okay, first, then I'll come to implement, say, extends. Okay. Before I show you that, also I want to convey one more thing here. this is again, this was again, the question that I faced in Oracle's this Java certification examination. I faced this question: empty classes can be compiled in Java or not? A simple question was there. Can empty class be compiled in Java or not? Yes, you can compile empty classes, okay, but you cannot run them, because for running it, you will require your void main method, right? You cannot run the empty class, but obviously you can compile the empty class, okay? So you can leave a class empty like this and still it can compile fine. Class A without body can compile fine. It was one of the questions in Oracle's examination. I just remember, so I'm telling you that. These kind of questions can come. Okay, I'm coming to this point of diamond inheritance. Here, two classes cannot be inherited in one class. Why? I am showing you the reason again. If both of them are having the same function, okay, if both of them are having the same function, then the compiler gets confused which function, which print I am currently overriding. Okay, which print function I am currently overriding. This is the question to the compiler. So this cannot be extended. Two classes cannot extend for sure. Which parent method I am overriding, that the child class is not understanding. It is a question for the child class, so it is not allowed over here. Coming to this diamond inheritance, you can not extend two class for sure, but you can extend a class and at the same time you can implement an interface. If this is not a class, if it was an interface I1, okay, then yes, it is possible. See now, right? You can definitely apply multiple inheritance using interface, but this inheritance is not possible with two extends keyword. If you have, if you have a same one class over here, if you have a class, I'm giving you the same example, it is not possible. Even write it with two extends, not possible. Even writing it with comma separated, again, not possible. Okay, but you can for sure implement. An interface can only be implemented, right? So you cannot implement a class. You have to always extend a class. So it is showing the error itself here. See, that implements interface expected over here, meaning you need to mention your interface name only. So I can interface, I can implement the interface over here. If there are multiple interfaces, okay, if there are multiple interfaces, interface I2 is also there, and you have interface I1 also. Okay, it is I2. Can I implement multiple interfaces here? Can I mention that I am implementing two interfaces over here? Yes, you can. A class can extend a class at the same time, can implement multiple interface also. There is no error over here, but it cannot extend multiple classes. Are you getting this? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody having a question? No. Okay, fine. A class at the same time can definitely implement multiple interfaces, but it cannot, do this for classes. So this is the way you are supporting that hybrid inheritance over here, diamond inheritance over here. Okay. Any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Okay, then let me show one more thing to you. What I want to show. Okay, let us write one example for this only. Diamond interface itself. I'm creating one interface I1 over here. I have one method. Okay, I have one display or print method here, right? And as body I cannot give for sure. I'm simply giving this. Okay, I'm simply giving this, right? Both this are having same, okay, both of them are having the same function. Okay, this is again a problem for it. It is okay. No, I have to make it public for sure. Sorry, I have to make it public. Yes, okay, public void print, and I'm printing here that I am from class B, class C. Okay, now you see, you must be having this question that if all the methods are same, then which body it is giving, that I don't know, right? Which body this print is giving, that I'm not sure, right? I can give the override annotation over here for sure, but which body this print is currently giving, that I don't know, right? See, as even if you don't know that, how can you access other methods if there are no body into it, right? See, The point I'm trying to convey here is that if there are no body of this, both the methods, right? Whichever method it is implementing, there is no way to know which print, either it is I1 print or either it is I2 print, that you are not knowing for sure. Why you are not knowing for sure? Because you are already giving here print, and which method it is overriding, you are not sure. Why? And it doesn't matter. Why? Because print body is given only once. You can access this print with I1's reference also. You can access this print with I2 reference also, but both are printing the same thing here, right? So it doesn't matter which print it is overwriting. See, I can make it point to the class C itself here, okay? I can make this I1, if I make the I1 interface point, I1 reference, if I'm making it point to class C, okay, I can call I1 dot print, right? Reference dot print. I can call reference dot print. So it is currently calling the I1's print. Same way, I can do the same thing for I2 also. No, I can create one more reference. The point, see, the method is of C class only, right? The method is in C class only, meaning you are creating the object of C class only. You are pointing to the memory block of C class only. So it doesn't matter with which reference you are accessing the print method, right? Both are implemented over here. So both of them are going to print the same output, yeah? Class C, class C. Even if you have multiple interfaces over here, if you have the confusion, you might have the confusion in classes, right? In classes, the compiler is having confusion, right? Because which print it is going to inherit, it doesn't know. But in interface, though, there is no body at all, right? If there is no body at all, there is no point in fighting over which print you are implementing. Because whichever reference you are creating, it is pointing to whichever block of code. That block of code is of C's class only, yeah? So whether it is I1 pointing to C or I2 pointing to C, doesn't matter. Are you getting the point I'm trying to convey here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, are you getting this? Anybody is having any questions in this? If you cannot, you cannot extend classes like this, because the classes will definitely have their own body. The functions are going to have their own body. But interface, there is no jagada, there is nothing, right? Because they don't have their body at all, right? So whichever class is going to implement is going to provide its own personalized implementation. So this is belonging to C now. Even though you can access with I's reference for sure, it is belonging to C class. So whichever reference you can create, you can make it point to C only. Whichever print you are calling, you are pointing to the same memory block. Getting this? Are you in the flow with me? Are you with me? Yes. Okay. Yes, anybody having any questions so far? You can shoot your questions. I'm happy if you have questions. No? Okay. Good. Okay, fine. Yes, then I don't want to, that is it. Okay, this is all I wanted to convey today. Nothing else. Few more things are there, but I don't want to make the session too heavy. That is okay. Only this much we'll do. Okay. In the next class, we'll see more on this interfaces and we'll do a few programs on this. If you have questions, you can ask me. How to create interface? What is the use of interface? It is a strict abstract class or not? You cannot create the object of interface. You can create the reference, although to access the function, you can create the reference and you can make it point to the class's object and then you can access it. Okay. And at a time, the diamond inheritance problem, this diamond inheritance problem is solved using interfaces only. Okay. With class, it is not solved. No, not even with abstract class. Okay. Even if the class is abstract, even if you qualify a class as abstract, okay, then also this problem is not solved. Diamond inheritance cannot be solved here, right? It can be only solved with interfaces. So you can extend one class, but again, mind well, at a time, a class can extend only one class, but it can implement n number of interfaces. Implement n number of interfacing, it is possible, but at a time, it can extend only one class. Okay. Any questions do you have?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Then you are good to go. I will take the attendance and then you all can leave. No problem. Yes. Ayush?
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Rohan,
Present, ma'am.
Yashraj. Okay, Josh.
Yes,
Mansi. Okay, you are there. Mansi. Nikita. Manthan.
Present.
Okay, Nikita, you are there. Yash. Parmar.
Present, ma'am.
Udayraj. Rishabh. Rishabh is there, right? Yes, yes, yes. Ivanchi.
Present, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Janvi.
AI4 present.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. AI4. What is your name?
Ma'am, AI7.
AI4, yes, sir.
Yes, you are there. Okay. Janvi is present. Harshvardhan.
Ma'am, Harshvardhan present. Ma'am,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
actually donating blood.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes. Okay.
Ma'am,
Deep.
AI6.
Ma'am,
6.
AI4.
Yes, Raj, you are there.
Yes, sang, ma'am.
AI
Yes, sang.
82, ma'am.
AI.
82.
404.
888. AI 8, ma'am.
Mansi.
No, ma'am. Maniyar.
I have not reached there. Wait for it. Okay.
Then, ma'am, Parmar had came this side.
Oh. Then
Ma'am,
why
you missed,
Ma'am,
missed
it's
the.
actually skipped. You can change serial number.
is it like that? Why then you are skipped? After Darshan, your name is
Ma'am,
not there.
some 4 to 8 are also skipped.
AI4 to 8 are also.
12 to.
Oh, okay, okay. Wait. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, yes. Okay, yes. Bipin. Yeah, I had
Present,
checked.
ma'am.
So that's why. Yes. Okay, Manav.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Anuj.
Yes, ma'am.
Riddhi.
Present, ma'am.
Vidhi.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Yashraj is not there, right? Dash present. Mansi absent. Nikita present. Manthan. Smith Kumar.
Yes, ma'am.
Devansh.
Present, ma'am.
Divyajit. Yashang.
Yes, ma'am.
DBD present.
Ma'am, Divyajit present.
Yes, yes, yes. Dipen. Tushar.
Present, ma'am.
Yash is present. Yeah. Yes, Maniar, your name came
Present.
now.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Yeah. Bhanuchali. Vijayraj.
Ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. Pradhanya. Bharti.
Present, ma'am.
Avinash.
Present, ma'am.
Pranjul. Preet. Limbani is
Present,
not.
ma'am.
Okay, you are there. Arjan.
Present, ma'am. Limbani present, ma'am.
Yes, yes, yes. Limbani, you are not this present. Arjan is not there. Maharana. Tanmayraj.
Yes, ma'am.
Vignesh Prasad.
Present, ma'am.
Panjwani is there. Sushil Prasad. Dhruvi. Naitik. Dharmik. Mohammed. Kunal.
Present, ma'am.
Nidhi is there. Arpit.
Present, ma'am.
Meghna.
Yes, ma'am.
Yash.
Present.
Bhavdeep. Bhavdeep is not there.
Ma'am, Bhavdi present.
Yes, yes.
AI43.
Yeah. Divya.
Yes, ma'am.
Saif Ali.
Yes, ma'am.
Samir Alam.
Present, ma'am.
Isha.
Present, ma'am.
Vibhusha.
Present, ma'am.
Om Parikh. Aditya.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Kriplani.
Present.
Yes. Aditya Jain. Jayadakan. Priyank.
Present, ma'am.
Tushar,
Present, ma'am.
Nikita, Girish,
Present, ma'am.
Pathik,
Yes, ma'am.
enrollment number 62. Shri is there.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. 61, 59, 60, 63, 64. Rima, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. 65.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. 73.
Yes, ma'am.
Mohammed.
Yes, ma'am.
Darshan.
Yes, ma'am.
Jaideep.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Smriti.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Vaishali. Vasu.
Present, ma'am.
Yes. Kunal.
Present, ma'am.
Hollywood is there. Done. You all can leave the session.